Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Zwift New Live broadcast of the Z Racing series on this new year. Happy New Year to everybody. I'm Nathan Garrett, Dave Toll next to me, and we are out for a quick one on Tempest Fugit for the Flat is Fast beginning of this January series. Dave, let's jump right down into the racing as the A's have jumped out on course. We'll be covering across the A's, B's, C's, and D's for all the categories. And I'm excited to get this year started.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. It's really great seeing everybody.
Now, as you can see into this little downhill section, as they do leave that oasis, there is a downhill 1% negative here at this point. And Jaden using that advantage to get up into 50 kilometers per hour out of the group in order to grab onto that freight train that is Faro, the Italian off the front. I think it's essentially just going to be a pacer bot now. As off the
Who's this sneaking off of the front now?
Yeah, a little bit of a push off the front. I wouldn't be surprised if that's our buddy Group, as he tends to be a super aggressive. And there he goes. He's actually got some Zwift plays here. It looks like so off on the left-hand side now, up and over the top. It's going to be more attacks actually. This A category now really starting to kick off as it's going to be Groom now covering that. Then it's Stolzholm. Stolzmo here. I've ridden with this rider before, actually. He is savvy. Kiss 100 with him a couple of weeks back, so watch out for the Vikings. But now Doe's from Innovation here up and over the top at 51.
Yeah, and I mean, once someone draws their sword, it is on, and that's going to be the case now. You can really feel how the pace is shifting up near the front. This man's a Watt wagon that we're looking at right now here as Dow's, McCarthy, Carpentier. These riders are definitely going to have an impact now. In the yellow jersey with the hat, that's going to be Charles McCarthy here, the Velocio rider. Charles, I mean, clearly now, Charles typically has been working. We haven't seen him racing as much this season, Nathan, in Zwift Grand Prix because he's a ski instructor. One of the things that he does outside of his regular job. There's Charles McCarthy. And really, really active in his community and in our community, a cornerstone, to be honest. He's going to come back, though, into the group as, boy, they've got the throttle all the way open here now, Nathan, touching up on close to 50 kilometers per hour. This is where the strong men and women make a difference in these events now, is when it gets really, really rugged out here is where you see the impact is available. There's a delta to gain. When everybody is strong and is sitting on a ton of watts, it's really hard to make an impact. When everybody's in the gutter and their jaws are on the ground, this is where you really can hit hard, and that's exactly what we're looking at Stolzmo now. This is impressive. Svein here, the Norwegian rider, making a massive move. Now, these attacks aren't necessarily going to win the race, but what they do is sort the field out behind you. And this is going to be Christian Ofdahl coming up and over the top. So Ofdahl now, oh boy, Nathan, he's dropping bombs at this point. We're down to less than 5K of racing. Look at this man absolutely railing it now here on Tempest Fugit. Nathan, this is something you have to respond to. Christian Ofdahl is one of the strongest riders in the field.
Yeah, it takes the downhill with the speed there in order to try and create a little bit of a gap here. Up in 191 beats per minute. Groom comes across. The pack is right on his heels. That's going to settle things right on down. And either this is going to spread out across the road or we're going to get a counter attack immediately. It's that one or the other.
Keep the speed so fast that you can't do this. Exactly what I was predicting couldn't be done. Christian Ofdahl's doing. It's so hard to attack when they're going 52, 53 kilometers per hour. Who's going to go? Welcome to the finale. Here we go. I mean, you can't afford to miss a step at this point. And there you go. On cue, Jaden Yeager with the Scotty the Squirrel hat. He's going to use that for the extra. The wings give you a couple extra aerodynamic, or the ears, I should say, give you, ear wings, give you some extra watts out there. And here goes the pride of Wisconsin. He's certainly going to light the fuse. Charles McCarthy going to come up over the top. So these are two of the really well-known ZRL riders here that are really opening up the account, but look what's going on behind them. It's a mad scrabble. If you sleep on the Dragons, do that on your own peril, because they're definitely going to be a part of this conversation, as will Kershaw. All right, this is it, the call for the heavy hitters. If you can't sprint above 13 watts per kilo, I highly doubt you're going to be a big part of this conversation, as this is for danger men, and danger men only, Nathan, as we've gone inside of the final K. We're well inside the final K as we're rapidly running out of real estate. How about this? Jaden Yeager just being brought in the fold. That's a Wahoo Cole attack, and it's Reese.
Reese with 10 watts per kilogram here, but we're right into the last 200 kilometers. It's going to be Flores. Flores over the top. Will he be able to hold on? No, it's going to be Cancer. No, Cancer here. Right to the line. Oh, trying to hold 10 watts per kilogram, but your man Dow's. The call from Dow's Innovation able to happen. Nicely done by Dow's. That was a huge sprint to the line there, Dave. Amazing kick.
Let's run through them as Dow's there on top of the table with a big win for you, and congratulations to the INC rider. Paulo, I'm with you on not a fan of cancer, that's for sure. Great job for the silver medal today. John Kerr for not a fan of Crohn's disease either. So good to see you, John, representing for Crohn's disease. You are a warrior. Christian Grupp for Talent Frey, ending at the German there in fourth today. This is a challenging one. The Sisu rider, CJT, is in fifth. 7 must be his lucky number. 7 sevens. There's something to that. Jeffrey Melur today, the Frenchman, in sixth. It's going to be L66, better known as Griff, and for the Wahoo Lacole team, getting up there for seventh day. Ismail Maziou for eighth place. Carlos Flores for World Elite Zwifters in ninth. And then mighty Jimmy Kershaw rounding out our top 10.
Jump back down in, though, with our B category right away, Dave, because they are going to be rounding things out here. They're coming into the final K as well. Same section we had just seen just a moment ago, Dave, as they start to ramp things up.
You and Dow's timing that perfectly, Nathan. Happy New Year, Mr. Dow's. All right, jumping in with the Bs. Nathan, they are at, let's call it, a little over 1K. So they haven't made the red kite prayer yet, but they will soon. We've got a very similar scenario here, as this is going to be Kornbeck, the KST rider, off of the front. But Mossop, Toby, Laurent, they're all right there. There's going to be a little bit of a reset happening here, Nathan.
Yeah, reset here is that KST does get caught up over the top. It's going to be Mosip, actually, ESRT. No, Kornbeck is called there, Dave. Nice call. Kornbeck here now trying to maybe do that same kind of late attack that we saw from Jaden Yager, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to make this happen, as it's going to be covered very quickly by Mosip as well as Laurent. Now, Laurent's going to make that jump, not wanting this to be just a sprint to the line, loving the aggression here late in the race, not allowing this just to be a 200-meter kick, Dave, as they continue on 8 watts per kilogram from this rider.
Oh my goodness, dimming the power grid all over in the Oasis. They can't get the Slurpee machine to work because this man right here, right now, just a wattage wagon is Mossop for ESRT. Nathan, is this going to be enough, though? Because there's always going to be a surge coming, and there it is.
I think it's over. I might be wrong here. Can he hold on? 9 watts per kilogram. There's another kick here coming from Dirt. Dirt, I think, is going to do it, though. No, he fades. Low in here.
Oh, my.
The Canadian up and over the top gets the perfect wheel setup and takes it to the line. Nicely done there by Lowen with the setup as he takes it down. But we do have the results here for your B category. Kate Lowen there takes it down at the top. It's going to be Mignosi in second. The Fast Light coming on through for third. P.A. Pearson, familiar name there, coming on through for fourth. And then it is going to be Ben N, followed by Nicholas Elquist. Marius Forward, side. Scott Mosip all the way back in eighth. Dave, talk about getting swarmed at the line. Hey, Weston there, followed up by Toby from the Zwift Club. Well, it has been shut down, actually. It's going to be Zealous here from the Cupcake Cartel.
I think that, excuse me, that's a cartel that sounds upbeat.
Yeah, I mean, that's one I think we should. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be any laws against the Cupcake.
Yeah, no, I don't. Not cupcakes.
Well, I mean, unless they're like,
Yeah, well, if you're shutting out other good cupcake makers, right? If they're really serious
about cupcakes, right? Like they're showing up at the door, like, hey, collecting on the cupcakes here, just to own any kind of property in the cupcake kind of reality. I don't know if we're all about that cartel, but hopefully
we're not. We're not. Peaceful cupcakes. Yes, but anyway.
Bart now making a move. 400 watts, 179 here from the rider in the blue, white, and dark bluish gray. And the S-Works here with the Zwifty wheels, 181 beats per minute. Cosette Benzel is there as well, the German rider here. They're all starting to line up for what we've seen. It's getting familiar here, Dave, for our third time in a row.
It was the Dartmouth College cycling team that coined the phrase crazy beats strong. and then in parentheses every now and then. And that might be the case because attacking out of a 100-rider group, I guess here's the thing. If you're not a sprinter, you got to play your cards or maybe help out a teammate. That's what we love about bike racing. I mean, 100 riders, one winner. Well, actually, they all win because here on New Year's Day, they're getting an intense workout that many other folks are just not up for. So you're already one step ahead of the world on a day like today. That's got to feel good, as Thomason is the rider that we've got. But Nathan, these are going to be the attacks that pepper a final kilometer. The strong sprinters with the iron grip on things are going to try to hold on, just stay in the group that's sprinting for the win. That's what it's going to take. Is here we go. They've entered the launch code. It's been accepted. Andiamo, guys.
It's our buddy Bath Salts. Is he going to make it happen
Bath Salt.
here? Good
Early
go.
days.
He's new to the game, and I don't know if he's going to make it. He's too new to the game. It's over for Bath Salts. It's Smith. Of course it's Smith. ART across the line. The Z Racing champion. This guy just doesn't quit. What? We didn't see him on the front once, Dave. We didn't see him. Like he sets that up for himself so well and then kicks it for 11 right there in the last 300. I need to get some lessons from this guy.
Paul Smith is like the Eddie Merckx of the C category. I mean, he has been a dominant force. And actually, we've gotten to know Paul through our community as well and really appreciate his great sense of humor and community. So, Paul, nice to see you up there. Atomic Racing Team's got a real champion there taking the win. Andreas Grunberg will have his day. You can count on that, AG. So second there for Andreas. It's Ruthless Tanner. If that's a real first name, your parents deserve a gold star, but I have a feeling it's a nickname. Third place for Ruthless Tanner out there today. It's going to be Michael Wallenstein for fourth. Kevin Osborne of the VT Army Cycling Team in fifth. It's Ron Grundle of TZP in sixth. Gary Price of Coalition in seventh. Look in eighth. Bath Salt. Does it get any more OG than Bath Salts, Nathan? I remember my very first broadcast with Charlie Eisendorf and yourself, Bath, and Jens Vogt. Jens Vogt was shouting out Bath Salt. So Bath Salt's good to see you out there. Ninth place today, Philippe van Opstal rounds out our top 10. There were 179 starters. Find the D's out here now.
Dave, in this D category, BJ Alfonso is here and Martin Bjorkvik. We're talking old school. PTZ
Legend.
meets his Swedish Zwifters directors out here today. They're off the front, working together in 1/1/2024. I absolutely love to see it. This is a guy we've been commentating on, both of them, since like 2015. And now we meet them off the front in an attack in this D category, Z Racing, Bjorkvik, and Alfonso. I want to see them go to the line.
That's so awesome, Nathan. I genuinely feel what you're talking about. Zwift community is strong, and I really feel like this is something now as we move into 2024 that we should celebrate. All of the friends that we've got, that we've made along the way out here, the people that you feel accountable to. And Nathan, I mean, we can honestly say these two have been a huge part of that community. I mean, Martin has taken the time, and this goes back to right in the thick of COVID, to mail us both a parcel that contained a whole assortment of Swedish candies and cookies that were representing the WTRL team names. That's one of the cool things that WTRL has done along the way. Also part of our community, Martin and Martin Crew, I'm talking about in this case, with Martin Bjorkvik. And Nathan, I mean, that was really, really nice of him. And it just shows that this real world and Zwift, it all comes together and it makes us better people. So great to see you guys out here. This is going to be the American T, though, attacking them off the front. And I'm a fan of anybody who wants to get after it like this. The Zed Sun NT53 rider now putting our front group. Let's get everybody. Sleva, in this group as well. So we kind of analyze our...
Now, this is like old school. It meets the new school because NTS are the new school when it comes to this category here. And they're kind of showing the old school how it's done. But Bjorkvik looks to come across here. We're right into the final sprint here, actually, as he looks to spin to win here. The NTS rider out of the US of A. But here comes Silva. Silva now, his teammates going to make it happen, it looks like here, right to the line. Silva here. No, is he going to be able to hold on? Perhaps right there. NTS versus NTS. PTZ trying to make it happen. PTZ
he's
going to
coming!
fade. Not going to be able to make it happen. It looks like what? Right at the line.
Wow, photo finish.
There it is. Tied Hi Diddy takes it down. It is going to be T.
Yeah, when you look at that finale, if someone had told you that that was a 20-kilometer race that started, what was that one? 150, 130-ish riders? That's a close enough. That's incredible how ragged it was. It looked like someone dropped a crystal goblet on the floor, just pieces everywhere. So Ty Diddy Sr. or Ty Diddy, you did it. That's an outstanding win, one to be proud of for sure, as you're the gold standard for our Ds. It's Peter Sliva in second. And BJ, good job by our longtime Portuguese friend. Got to give some shout outs there as well. So BJ Alfonso taking third for P to Z. It's Martin Bjorkvik. We mentioned how much Martin has meant to us through the years. So, Martin, always good to see you taking fourth. Janne Kelainen taking fifth. Sixth place going to Florian Goss. It's Nick Hewitt in seventh, Michael Lyons in eighth, Steve Oliver in ninth, and then a U13 rider. What? Evan, excuse me, the food tray rider. That's absolutely incredible. Congratulations on an outstanding performance to get into the top 10 in this group.